Welcome back. Over the course of 2020, we've seen a lot, and we've also seen this. A large portion of the Democratic Party lean its viewing more far left. But our next guest has a new book that lays out how one can properly communicate across the aisle. Judd Dunning joining us now. He is the author of 13 and a half Reasons Why Not to Be a Liberal and How to Enlighten Others. He's joining us live here, and our panelists, Joe and Victoria, back again. Judd, good to see you. 13 and a half reasons. What's the half?
What's the half? The half is actually life itself. We set it outside of ideology because it's so primal, it's so important. And good morning, Joe and Victoria. Good to see you again.
Yeah, it's good to have all of you here today. Look, Judd, first of all, your book comes at a big time here. We opened this segment up with starting to talk about how some Democrats have leaned more left. And when we talk about that progressive movements like defund the police movement, which even former President Barack Obama has hit back on, which says a lot right there. How do you, in your book, do you outline communicating with people who are on the far left, and if that is possible?
You know, it's interesting. I mean, I'm trying to think in terms of everything in truth, right? They say when Christ was on the planet, we were at 1,000%, and then it went down to about 500. Every religion has truth. Media has truth. And the truth of America is gratitude. The truth of America is like a patriotism and a hard work and an ethic. It's a community of a certain rough and tumble, and our book gets to that. So I think gratitude is the key. I mean, right now, you've got to be looking more deeply. You cannot believe everything you're saying. So our book is what are the truths of conservatism? So if you get in the truth, look, Democrats are horrible. They should work on a vaccine for liberalism next. Oh yeah, we already have one. It's called history books. And that's the facts that we try to get to, is we try to get to the essence of what's true. So get to what's true and then come from gratitude. That's the key.
Joe, weigh in for me. I know you want to say something.
Well, I think the most important thing about how you avoid being a liberal is by living up to your own principles. I mean, it's just fundamentally, you know, you live your life the way you think it should be led. You live up to your principles and you try to be faithful to them. And I think, you know, if you do that, even if people don't like what you do or what you say, you're going to make it. You're going to be fine, because being true to yourself is the most important thing of all.
Yeah, but I want to solve a real problem here, and that is, you talk about truth, but if you can't get facts out, if the media silences you, and I've been silenced on Twitter, that's why I also use Power. What can you do? I don't know how to fight it when all around you. There are very few. Newsmax, right?
Thank God for Newsmax. Thank God for Newsmax.
There's so few outlets that allow us to get facts that we know. I mean, I was told I have affidavits that said that people were bringing in ballots with only one vote on it, and that was called at issue by Twitter.
You know, and what else is really important here is systems failing us right now. I must say, I'm somewhat shocked at the attitude of federal and state courts not wanting to look at evidence. I've seen so much evidence produced by the Trump campaign and its lawyers that there were irregularities and illegalities, that it is inconceivable to me that courts are unwilling to hold hearings to review the evidence. My question is, what are they afraid of?
Oh, but they say, oh my God, we're going to undo an election, 200,000 votes. Well, what about the 2 million people who voted for Donald Trump, who are being disenfranchised in the state of Pennsylvania?
You know, one of the topics that you just touched on, Joe and Victoria, listening to you, was kind of encompasses cancel culture of the places that conservative voices can't go. And that's important. I go to Judd on this. Do you touch on cancel culture at all in your book, and how so?
We do. If I can backtrack for 1 moment, on the Trump issue, we've been hearing false and baseless instead of alleged the whole time. From day one, false and baseless. That which negates due process, as I'm sure you understand as an attorney, sir. So that's been crazy. Yeah, as far as cancel culture, I mean, look, Americans are facts not feelings. As Ben Shapiro says, my facts don't care about your feelings, and that's kind of the same rationality that Joe and Victoria were talking about. If you live into your principles, I mean, you're going to take risks. You're going to fail. You're going to offend. Free speech, hate speech is free speech. America is an uncomfortable place where we get to take risks, fall and fail and rise. So I think cancel culture, you just have to, you can't buy into it. There's a meta set of laws in America now called cancel culture. They're not real laws. We don't have to participate. I don't have to change my pronouns. I don't have to change every word of my sensitivity wise.
There are a lot of folks that definitely feel that, like Victoria.
Here's one of my biggest concerns, John, is that lawyers are now being threatened for representing a client, namely President Trump. We've had a request for us to be disbarred because we're representing the president. And that's very frightening to me, because that's what this country is all about, the rule of law, protecting the unpopular.
You're saying you had threats yourself?
Oh,
yeah.
yes. Oh, my God. We've had death threats at our office and our house. Unbelievable.
But especially that we should be disbarred because
Right.
we represent the president.
I mean, it's amazing. There are hundreds of lawyers who have signed these crazy letters demanding that anybody associated with the Trump campaign legal team be disbarred.
Where's the ABA?
And these are lawyers. These are disgraceful. And the ABA, the American Bar Association, says nothing. They stand mute while these crazy allegations are thrown at lawyers who are trying to uphold the rule of law. Here's what's fascinating about this. President Trump is pursuing his fight and his battle through the courts, for heaven's sakes. It's not a battle in the streets. It's through the courts. That should be encouraged, not discouraged.
And it's a Lincoln Project, a bunch of lawyers that have asked for us to be disbarred.
Interesting.
Because
it's a scary moment when the Second Amendment has to exist to protect the First Amendment, and that's where you are right now. It's what the electoral, the electors as well were all threatened. They were going to kill their cats, their kids, come to their house, and you're doing it. So you're both patriots, and we've all got your back.
I'm out of time. I appreciate all of you coming on here and sharing this, again, opening up for us, Joe and Victoria, about the threats that you've received. If you've already stated that before, I know I'm a little late to the game. I'm just getting back in the mix, but I hate to hear that. Judd Dunning, thank you so much, folks. Judd Dunning's latest book, 13 and a Half Reasons Why Not to Be a Liberal, is available everywhere books are sold. Or save some time, you can go to the link. You can order on Amazon.com. It will take you directly to Amazon's page to order that book. Very easy to do. Type it in Google, so stick around. Thank you so much. We appreciate it. Joe and Victoria, see you in just a bit.